No one has tried to cancel me in the last 2 weeks, and that's very disappointing. So, as long as we're admitting that OnlyFans and other adult websites are an issue, let's also talk about erotic novels. It's a double standard to condemn this issue in one form but accept it in another. First, purity is not about avoiding the worst that culture has to offer. It is about actively pursuing godliness, which is fundamentally holy. Remember that God says he is holy before he says he is loving. So you have to view that love and his other attributes through holiness, through the lens of holiness. It's not just any love. It's not just any mercy. It's not just any grace or any patience. It's a holy type. And he says to be holy as I am holy, not to be a little bit better than the world. If we only measure ourselves against culture, then we'll justify compromise as long as it's not worse than something else. 2, let's remember that lust is not limited to visuals. Matthew 5:28, Jesus makes it very clear that sin is an issue of the heart, not just what you do externally. Novels, fantasies, stuff, they fuel the same desire as explicit imagery. And yes, I am equating your fantasies to what you watch, because the goal is not to be slightly better, it's to be pure. I hope it doesn't sound like I'm saying this in an insensitive way. I fully understand how difficult this is. And before anybody comes at me saying, oh, that's legalism, you can't, no, that's sin, and Jesus says to repent. Purity is about transformation, not rules for the sake of rules. If God has a problem with it then and he does not change, then he still has a problem with it. Remember Proverbs 4:23, we are called to guard our hearts, for everything we do comes from it. Therefore, normalize living in a way that strengthens our relationship with God, not weakens it. We understand that this adult content is an issue, so we can't ignore other forms of impurity just because they're more socially acceptable. The goal is not just avoiding corruption, it's about pursuing righteousness. Go ahead and report me. God bless.